Check. 1 2 1 2. What's going on? This is the Island Diaz Poddy, and we are solo tonight because I forgot I didn't have a podcast for to release tomorrow. So I'm doing it by myself. And I just wanted to let you guys know I appreciate you guys coming and joining us weekly. So I'm going to kick things off with Island Diaz Spice Rum as once and only, or whatever. I don't even know what I'm talking about, but this is our main thing, Island Diaz Spice Rum. And then we're also sponsored by Storyteller Lager, available at the LCBO as well. And shout out to Leisure Department for keeping us in nice. So fucking weird doing this by myself. Anyways, so I'm gonna open this beer. Maybe let's make it like less crazy. If you guys can hear people, it's the mechanics downstairs. So fuck them. So why we started this podcast was we do the rum obviously, but I'm a filmmaker and I really wanted another outlet and a little bit of an easier outlet to do content. So our content is ongoing. I love doing it, but it's obviously time consuming. So we do, a podcast weekly and we get 5, 6, 7 reels out of that. And that kind of keeps the algorithm going for our socials. With that being said, I really enjoy doing the podcast. I hope you guys are enjoying. I have like a scratch in my throat. I got married on Saturday. That's kind of cool. New feeling, I guess. Shout out my wife. It's kind of crazy to say that. We're doing a bigger wedding next year in Mexico City, but there's a situation why we had to do it now. I'm an illegal immigrant and I have to stay in Canada. Not true, but there's another reason. Don't really feel like mentioning it, but yeah, we're married now, so that's kind of cool. Some things that are coming up with Island Diaz is next week. We have a super special collaboration that's being released with a really cool company that I'm really excited about. We're also going to be doing a bunch more collaborations in the future, so watch out for those. Man, it's really hard to talk to yourself, you know what I mean? I mean, I do it all day, every day anyways, but this one's a little bit weirder because I'm looking at the camera. I'm trying to make sure that I'm like not being an idiot or anything, but fuck it. Maybe I just gotta relax. I'm usually pretty relaxed, but maybe I just gotta be more relaxed. There's no one else in the room too, so this kind of seems fucking weird. There were some questions that people were asking me. One I get a lot is why I started Island Diaz, and I think the best way to answer that would be I've been in film production since I was 19, and my friend, wait, no, that's not how it started. I've just been kind of creative my whole life, and when I got into film, I was doing music videos, commercials, TV shows, and then I did like feature films, just everything basically. And 15, 16 years later, I was doing some commercials for my friend's company, Nickel 9 Distillery, that's Chris Jackson's company, and we decided after that we should do something together. I feel like I've told the story a million times. Anyways, if this is your first time tuning in, so we decided to do something together, and that's where Island Diaz came together. And this is kind of a weird dream that came true. I had no intention in getting into the booze business, but here we go. We've been doing it for about 2 years. Things are going really well. I mean, obviously there's your hurdles doing this stuff, but I feel like I just ate some like sandwiches and I got all that indigestion right now, so it's hard to breathe. I also shot the last couple of days and I think I'm losing my voice, so that's another thing. I've been only doing this for 5 minutes. Fucking hell. So here's a thing back to the rum. When we started the rum, we didn't really realize that it was going to be this big this soon, So that's really fun because a lot of the other things that I've started just didn't take off as quickly. I think maybe because of it's an alcohol potentially. There's more to it than that, but I feel like the alcohol, the content, the great team at Nickel 9, just the whole vibe. Like, there's not a lot of spiced rums coming out of Canada, for one. We're going to have, actually, shout out the Rum Rats. They're a Canadian company. They're going to be here tomorrow for next week's episode, so you'll see them next week. But we met them last year, the TO Food and Drink. We'll also be there again this year. And, yeah, looking forward to that interview for sure. Hopefully I'm recording. Fucking hell. Yeah, I am. What's coming up with Island Diaz is we have, like I said, the collaboration coming out next week. We also have the TO Food and Drink will be there. I won't be there. I'm actually going to be out of town. Unfortunately, I had a great time as Hank the Hunk last year. That was actually really, really, really fun. Who's future guests coming up? We have a bunch of people. That's another thing. There's so many people that want to be on it. Not to say that in a cocky way or anything, but like a lot of people really want to be on the podcast, and it's just really hard to figure out my schedule with their schedule. And then now that we have our own studio, we're just making it all work. But there's a lot of interesting people coming on in the next couple of weeks. And I get this question a lot. What's the theme of the podcast? And to be honest, I think I just love having conversation with people doing interesting things. And it's not, it's pretty lighthearted. There's nothing overly offensive, I hope. That's because that's not really the goal of this. I think the goal of this is just to, cross promote. I feel like every time I breathe, it's like, I don't know. My throat's all fucked up. Cross promote other people, give them a platform to, use. And then, that's that. I feel like it's just not release this. I will, though, because I'm a savage. Savage for sure. What is going on in my life? At the moment, I've been a freelancer my whole life, and it's not that tough as people think it is, but it can get pretty crazy. So I did a job 2 weeks ago. It was in LA, California, in Palm Desert, and it was the first time that it wasn't my production doing this stuff. So I literally got my itinerary for my flight, got per diem, got, my day rate, all this kind of stuff. No negotiation really I had to do. I didn't have to figure anything out except for be there, get driven around to the set and this, that, and the other. So it was nice because that hasn't happened for years. I used to direct TV shows and similar process, but when I was doing that, it was mainly, there's the producer, the production manager is sending you your itinerary, and you're going to these places, and you don't have to figure anything else except for your job. Now with what I'm doing, or sometimes when I will produce something for someone else, I will literally do almost everything. And I'm not to say I'm a micromanager, but I feel pretty good when I'm in control fully. And then I feel really, really good when I have the one job, which is like directing. So when I'm just directing for people and I don't have to figure out the logistics of things, I kind of just, I'm able to relax, which is cool. But I'm happy that I know how to do the other stuff because, we're obviously prospering from it with Island Diaz, that I know how to edit. I know how to schedule things properly and write and direct and even shoot if I have to, and blah, 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 dump footage, do some audio. Like, I'm running this whole thing myself, not to flex or anything, but it's a lot. it's a lot to take in too, because you want to make sure everything's rolling, because when it's not, it's kind of fucked up. Someone knock, or is that my feet? It's my feet. I'm really clearing my throat a lot. It's not great. Don't love it. Here's a couple other things with the podcast specifically. Is we got recommended on the YouTube recommended page a couple weeks ago, which is great because our views right now aren't like super top, but that put us up to like 1,400 views in a day for an hour and 20-minute podcast, which was like phenomenal. Really good feeling. and I would like to do that again. So subscribe if you can. Subscribe right there or wherever it is, because I don't even know where this is. Subscribe when you can, or if you can, and comment and post and all that kind of shit. I'm having a hard time here with my throat. Maybe because I'm doing all the talking. The beer's good. And I'm just running off questions that people have asked me that are stuck in my brain. Yeah, so like when we did start Island Diaz, it wasn't really, I started obsessing about it because, having your own alcohol company could be pretty cool. And it is pretty cool, but it's it's like anything. You just got to put a lot of shit into it. Oh, man, my fucking throat's fucked up. This is embarrassing, dude. The fuck? We're getting a lot of reposts right now. Friday, Ricky Dredd came by last week or 2 weeks ago or whatever, and it got released last week. And we're getting a lot of reposts on that. That was pretty fun. He's a great dude. I've been watching him for years. And G-Body and Sriracha, their clip where G-Body's telling the audience about how he met Sriracha and stole her from her man and lived in their house. And that went sort of viral about a week ago, which is pretty cool. I apologize. For my lack of talking right now. I have a podcast tomorrow, and I'm just trying to figure out. Hopefully, I can, do it. I got no fucking idea. This is crazy. Wow. See, that's the one thing I'm trying to figure out is how my breathing is not going to be in all this. It's like I smoked 100 cigarettes or something like that, and I didn't smoke any. So that's the problem. Didn't smoke no cigarettes. Maybe I'm just in like a stuffy room. I've been in this room. We're above mechanics, like I said earlier. So maybe that's it. Maybe like the fumes or some shit. We got to like get some better ventilation in here. I don't think there's any ventilation in here. So all the farts and stuff from all the past guests have probably stuck to the walls, and that can't be good, So there's that. Fucking pardon me. Mannequin's got some specials coming up. Check them out on the social medias if you care. That's been really killing it. That's actually, I want to get Lawrence and Adam in here at one point, just to talk about the evolution of Mannequin. As some people know, I'm a partner there, and if you don't know, I'll tell you. Just kidding. But that has been crazy to watch over the last 7 years. Because now where it's at, it's like an actual restaurant opposed to being like, just like a spot to have drinks and party and whatnot. So it's kind of cool to see that, obviously. I might have to give this a minute, man. I'm like, pardon me. This is another thing. We're trying to figure out these mics. Like, I just realized this can articulate. This is not good. I can't talk at all. This is not good. This is terrible. This is like the worst interview of myself ever. Only because my throat is fucking fucked up. And for no reason whatsoever. So that's a problem. That's a problem I'm having right now. That my throat's like annoying. It's like an annoying, scratchy throat. I don't really have this problem that often, but here it is. And tune in this week, And I apologize to everyone tuning into this episode. This is not what the podcast is usually like. There's usually people here, not just me, but here we are again, as I say. Maybe I shouldn't be drinking beer, but I like beer, especially Storyteller Lager. I love Storyteller Lager. Am I drinking by myself right now? It's just having one. Just one. Another cool thing about Island Diaz is that we have a new commercial potential happening. One of these young filmmakers that I know wrote a whole treatment out, sent it to me. I haven't read it yet, but I skimmed through it and it looked good. And they want to put it in production. They're asking if we want to do it. I said, but let me read it. So I haven't read it yet, but from what I saw, it looked really cool. And it's interesting because it's not a comedy, which is what we just do. We mainly do comedy, but this is actually just a visual piece, I think. So I'm wondering if I think it will work. I think we can get away with it. But I want to read through it tonight when I get home. So that's kind of cool. Pardon me. Fucking hell. What's coming up with me next? What's up with me next? We're going to Mexico, me and my wife. We're going to Mexico City in about a week. I'll tell you. So this weekend, it's my parents' anniversary yesterday, so shout out to my parents. This weekend I have a tasting in Owen Sound. So come check out Owen Sound. And then the following day is my brother's 40th birthday. So shout out Chris for his 40th birthday. And then the following week we're flying to Mexico City. And then from there I got a job going to Arizona. So I'm going to fly from Mexico City to Arizona, and then from Arizona stay there for about a week, and then I'm going to fly to Albuquerque, where's New Mexico. So Arizona, Tucson or whatever, and then going to Albuquerque, New Mexico. So that will be a interesting one. I'm excited to go to that. Oh man, I'm like gassy and bloaty. Maybe it's the same thing, but I'm not sure. I hope I didn't waste everyone's time with this, but fuck it. The next one, I promise, will be really, really, really exciting. Do I got anything I can talk about? Oh yeah, I can talk about got nothing. Originally we were supposed to do a podcast with our partners. So me, Chris Jacks, and Nick Ball Singh. And then they both told me to go fuck myself. So here I am by myself, and they're out doing like whatever the fuck they do. And I don't even know. I'm just kidding. They told me yesterday they could do this, and I was like, all right, well, I'll just do something. I gotta get this fucking cough checked out. This is killing me. It's killing the vibe. This vibe is usually really, really good. And actually, in the comments, let me know what you're enjoying about the show, because I feel like there's a lot of people that are listening weekly, and they're liking it, they're loving it, or who you like to see. I'd love that. I love who you would like to see on the Poddy. Who would you like to see? If we're doing a good job, if we're entertaining enough, if we're too long. I think we're about an hour. I think we got about an hour at this point. So that's always kind of good. And then do you guys use Spotify, or do you guys use the other ones? We're only on Spotify right now because I feel like might as well just keep it all in one. Then again, maybe that's hindering some stuff. And then we're on YouTube, obviously, because of the video. And I think what we're trying to do is build our YouTube up a lot. So we might, we're keeping the Poddy and then Island Diaz separate as far as the YouTube goes. But we release a lot of those shorts, right? So I'd love to see those, maybe with some sketches or something, because we're really good with sketches. I might go to the doctor, man. I might have to wrap this up and go to the doctor. This is not good. This is not good. But yeah, no, everything in life is great. I can't be happier. As an entrepreneur, it's usually really stressful, and it's been stressful, but we figure some things out. I think we're getting our mix now, and I think, the brand's big enough that it's doing certain things itself. Now we're working on bigger and better picture, and I think you're gonna see a lot of development, a lot of cool new things this year. I'm really excited about March 17th. I can't wait to tell you guys what that is. We're probably gonna have those people on because they're a collaborator with us on the Poddy. Maybe next week, we'll see. And then yeah, I'm only gonna go for another couple minutes here because I feel like I ran a marathon. Maybe I could go back to the gym. It's funny because I feel like I'm out of breath. Maybe I gotta turn the compression down. Hey, no. There's something's going on with my throat. Anyways, I'm super, super happy that you guys keep tuning in and keep rocking with us. Island Diaz Spice Rum, Solo Dolo. I ain't afraid of shit. What up? Hit me up. Yeah, tune in next week too, because we'll actually have a guest, or maybe I'll keep doing these solo dolo, or maybe not, probably not. And that's episode 14. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you learned something.